Hari Om, lovely Atma Jyotis. I bow down to the divine light of the self in you. Let us continue our story of Mahabharata. So, in the last episode, we heard the story of birth of Karna. Kunti was not yet married, so she had to let go of Karna. Then what happened? Kunti got married to Pandu Maharaja. So remember the three brothers? Pandu, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. So Dhritarashtra is already married to Gandhari. So now Pandu is married to Kunti. Also, to Pandu, they marry another wife. Her name is Madri. So, like that, Pandu Maharaja has two wives. And now he is made the king of Hastinapur. And he is ruling over the Kuru kingdom. He is a very noble king and also very valorous. So he protects his people. He also does lot of work in their service. Like that, time is passing. Pandu Maharaja feels he needs to take a break. He has been working for so many hours, for so many years, without taking any kind of a break. So he goes and requests Bhishma, saying, "Oh Bhishma, I want to take a break. I want to go to some places where rishis and munis live so that I can learn from them. Right now, having worked for so long, I feel I need some rest." Bhishma agrees and he says, "So be it." So, Pandu, Kunti, Madri, they all retire for a break. And in that interim, Dhritarashtra, along with Bhishma, they start looking after the kingdom. Now, Pandu has gone into the forest. One day, he feels like going out and doing his favorite thing, one of the favorite thing, which is hunting. So he goes and he's looking out for what to hunt. Then at a distance, he hears some sound as if some animal is moving. And Pandu knew one of the ways of archery called as Shabda Vedi. Means by listening to sound only, he would be able to aim and shoot an arrow, even though he may not be seeing. So he decides, let me use that technique. And he shoots an arrow. And suddenly he hears some Ayo Rama kind of a sound, as if some person got hurt. Now Pandu is very worried and scared. He immediately rushes to that spot and opens all that bush and trees and everything and goes. And to his sadness, he finds that by mistake he had shot one rishi and his wife. They were there in the form of two deer, and without realizing that, Pandu had shot them. And that rishi is now almost about to die. And he is so angry at Pandu for having shot an arrow and killing, because his wife is already dead now. And the rishi is about to die. So he curses Pandu also, saying, "If at all you ever go near your wives and try to touch them, you will also die like this." Pandu has nothing to offer as an excuse. He knows that he has made a mistake. So he just folds his hands and accepts whatever the curse that the rishi gives. He decides, I will have to do a prayaschitta, means I have to atone whatever the sad thing or the bad thing that I've done. So he accepts that. And he comes back and tells Kunti and Madri that this is what I did. It was a mistake, but even though it was a mistake, I didn't see. I should have been careful. I should have been aware. And because I made that mistake, now I cannot be with you. I cannot touch you. but let us continue to be here in the jungle, saying that they continue to live. And after some time, Pandu and Kunti, they all feel that their life needs children. And especially Pandu is a king, no? So who is the next for them after they pass away? They feel they should have their children. But Pandu says, oh, how I can do that? I cannot be with either of you. Then Kunti remembers the blessings given to her by Durvasa. So she tells about that to Pandu Maharaja. Pandu becomes very, very happy. And he says, is that so? Then is it possible for you to invite any Devata? She says, yes, that is the blessing I got from Durvasa. So then they decide, as a first gift, they should invite Lord of the Death or the Lord of the Dharma, Yamadharma Raja, and through his blessing, they should have a child. Kunti does accordingly, and through Yamadharma, Yudhishthira or Dharmaraya, the first of the Pandavas, is born. Then they feel like having more children. Then, through the blessings of the Vayu, Bhima is born. Then, through the blessing of Indra, Arjuna is born. Now, Madri also feels that she should also have children. She goes and requests Pandu and Kunti, saying, can that blessings given by, and the mantra given by Durvasa be given to Madri also? Kunti very graciously accepts and she passes on the mantra given by Durvasa. And then Madri invokes the Ashwini Devatas, and through the Ashwini Devatas, Nakula and Sahadeva are born. This is the birth of all the 5 Pandavas. Meanwhile, in Kuru kingdom, our Dhritarashtra and Gandhari have heard that Kunti has given birth to Yudhishthira. Now, Dhritarashtra is becoming anxious. Oh, they already have a child. Now, if I do not have any children, my kingdom, now this kingdom, even my children won't be able to enjoy. So he tells Gandhari, please request from Vedavyasa and see how you can have children. Then through the blessing of Vedavyasa, Gandhari creates 100 mud pots. She decides that I would like to have 100 children. And Vedavyasa blesses. And at the end, she also decides, I want one more child and let it be a girl child. So then the 101 pot. So like that, 100 male or 100 boys and 1 girl. So the first one happens to be Duryodhana and the last one is Dushyala. Like that, 101 children are the Kauravas, are born to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. So this is how Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas, Pancha Pandavas, and the 100 Kaurava boys and 1 Kaurava girl, 101 of them, how they are born. So today we will end our story here. We'll continue our Mahabharata story in the next episode. Till then, Hari Om.